long does it take to change the combination on a safe?
I'm almost through. Why do you have to wave that gun around, Mr. Glick? Can't you put it back in your holster?
Because, Mr. Brown, I'm the house detective here, and I can't afford to take any chances. Last time that safe was open, I had my gun in my holster, and a terrible thing happened.
Somebody robbed the safe?
No, somebody stole my holster. This way, at least I've got a chance to save the gun. Ah, they're after it again. Who's there?
Jose?
Jose who?
Jose Jimenez.
What do you want, Jose?
I gotta bring in a seating list for Mr. Phillips at the banquet tonight.
I'm sorry, Jose. No unauthorized persons are allowed in here while that safe is open.
Oh.
Unless, of course, you have the password.
No, I don't know the password.
Ah. Try swordfish.
The password is swordfish.
Wrong. You don't think I'd really give out the password, do you, Jose?
Oh, come on, Mr. Glick. You can let me in. You know me.
Well,
What's all the secrecy about anyway?
Well, Mr. Phillips thought it would be a good idea to change the combination of the safe. You see, there have been a rash of hotel robberies around lately. Personally, I think it's a waste of time. Mr. Phillips and I are the only two people who know the combination of that safe. Now, I don't know about him, but they haven't yet invented the torture that could drag those numbers from my lips.
You're right, Mr. Glick.
I remember when I was in Burma during the war. I was captured by the enemy and gave only my name, rank, and serial number in spite of being subjected to the most fiendish torture ever devised by man. The water torture. A drop of water on the forehead every minute for 300 gallons. 300 gallons, Mr. Brown. Would you believe it?
That's pretty hard to believe.
Would you believe a quart? What if they came by once a day with a glass of water and an eyedropper?
Well, I'm finished here now. If you just sign this receipt, Mr. Glick.
All right. Hold this for me, will you, Jose? Okay, Mr. Brown. There you are.
Thank you very much.
Jose, are you out of your mind? Well, you'll never get away with this.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Give me
point-
that gun.
I mean to point it at you.
You'll thank me for this someday, Jose.
Here's the new combination for the safe.
Okay, Mr. Brown. I'll take over from here. You're relieved.
You're telling me.
All right, Jose, now quiet while I commit this combination to memory. Let's see, 27, 36, 45. Okay, Jose, I've got it. These numbers of this combination are now firmly embedded in my brain.
Those numbers are already in bed with your brain.
Yes, you see, Jose, I have a foolproof method for memorizing things that I learned from my father.
Oh, your father?
Oh, yes, you probably heard of him. He was one of the great memory acts in show business. I'm sure you'll remember as soon as I mention his name. His name was, What the heck was his name? This is ridiculous. I was just talking about him this morning. Well, what's the difference? I know him when I see him, Jose. That's the important thing. Now, I think I'll go put this combination in the safe. Just in time. Okay, who is it? You can't get in without the password.
What? This is Mr. Phillips. Open the door this instant, or I'll bounce you out of this hotel on your thick skull.
That's the password. I wish he hadn't said it so loud. Now everyone in the hotel will know.
How dare you lock me out of... Oh, you're here too. I might have known. Where there's an income, there's always a poop.
Mr. Phillips, I just brought you the banquet list, the seating list that you wanted from the
yes.
banquet manager.
Yeah, and I'm here for security measures, Mr. Phillips. By the way, I have the new combination of the safe right here.
In a moment, Glick. All right, Jimenez, tell me about the banquet seating details.
Yes, sir. Well, you see, there's going to be 70 men, see? So that's not counting the 11 at the head table. Now, the chairman will be in the center, and there'll be 27 to his left and 32 to the right.
But that's unbalanced. Why not 29 to the right and 30 to the left? And why 11 in the middle?
See, there's the guest of honors in the middle, Mr. Phillips. So there's the 10 vice presidents, the 5 to his right, and 5 to his left.
I see.
And the reason it's 27 to the left.
27 to the left.
Sometimes the post. You see that post? So we've got 5 more men to the right and to the left.
Excellent. I see. Thank you, Menace. All right, Mr. Glick. Now the combination.
The combination, yes.
The little numbers that open the safe so that I don't have to use a blowtorch.
Yes. Well, Mr. Phillips, the numbers that will open that safe are 2786352.
That's the new combination?
No, that's the phone number of the safe company. I'll have to call them to get the combination.
They were supposed to give it to you.
Yes, well, they did give it to me, Mr. Phillips, but you see, I thought it would be a good idea if I took the combination and put it in a safe place.
I see. You wanted to put it in a safe place. So naturally you put it in the safe, right? Mr. Glick, I have to give you a lot of credit.
You do?
Yes. Every time I think you've done the stupidest thing possible, you proceed to top yourself. Put it in the safe.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Glick was just trying to be a good detective, Mr. Phillips.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Glick, if you really want to prove what a good detective you are, I know an excellent way you can do it.
How is that, sir?
By tracking down your brains.
Yes, sir, I'll get right on that. Right away, Mr. Phillips.
And I'll help him. A good poop always helps his income.
That thief sure knocking off those hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever he is, he's really operating.
He's not going to operate around this hotel, not as long as Mr. Glick is here. He comes around here, Mr. Glick will give him more than he bargained for.
Glick will give him more than he bargained for, all right. He watched a getaway car, so he shouldn't get a parking ticket. Well, duty calls.
Okay.
Greetings, Sahib.
How do you do, sir?
Do you know who I am?
You don't know who you are? Are you suffering from magnesia?
My son, I am Muhammad Khan, Caliph of Ranjapur, Sultan of Mirapur, and Grand Wazir of Gazapur.
I am Jose Manes, well off and very poor. Just a little joke I made. Is there something I can do for you, sir?
In my country, we play a little game. When two strangers meet, they pull each other's beards.
I don't have a beard.
That puts me ahead 1-0. Come on, Jose, pull my beard.
Mr. Glick! That's you!
Jose, don't give me away.
That's the third time you fooled me today. For good, remember, you were the Frenchman, and you were the German scientist, and now Florence of Arabia. Mr. Glick, what's all the disguises for?
Well, Jose, I'm setting a trap. You see, it seems pretty obvious to me that the only reason the crook hasn't tried to knock over this hotel is because of my constant presence here. Right. But if I disguise myself, he'll think I'm not here and he'll make an attempt.
And you will be here to catch him.
That's right.
Oh.
If I can run fast enough in this dress. Well, Jose, I'm off. I'll be seeing you, but you won't be seeing me. I'll be in a different disguise and you won't know me. Nobody will. Salam, Sahib.
Hi, Mr. Glick.
Good morning, young man.
Good morning, sir.
I wonder if you can help me. I'm most anxious to have accommodation at this hotel. Yeah, I must apologize for not having telephoned in advance, but you know what it is? Foreigner in a foreign land and all that sort of thing, what? Can you help me?
Just let me check, sir.
Oh, jolly good. Absolutely wonderful. Nothing elaborate now, just a simple room. And if you can give me one with a view of the park, that would be absolutely ticketable.
Mr. Glick, that's the best disguise yet.
I beg your pardon, sir?
I couldn't even tell it was you, except you made 2 mistakes. You're only wearing half your eyeglasses. And your mustache is on crooked.
What?
Jose,
Please, what do you think you're doing?
I thought you were Mr. Glick.
No, I am not Mr. Glick, sir.
Come on,
How
sorry.
dare you? This is an outrage. I demand to see the manager. Where is the manager? I
What's
demand
going on here? What on earth?
Why,
Why,
if
here,
you would
sir.
have-
May I help you? I'm Mr. Phillips, the manager.
Are you really? Well, it may interest you to know that I happen to be Mr. Bartlett, a prospective guest in this hotel, and I take exception to the behavior of one of your employees. This one. I was just about to book a room in this hotel when this buffoon here attacked me.
What?
It was just a
Just
mistake,
a
Mr.
mistake,
Phillips.
Mr. Phillips.
Possibly your last.
I warn you, Mr. Phillips, I intend to sue this hotel to the very last cent that it has. My solicitor shall be called forthwith.
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm sure that we can rectify this if you will be good enough to step into my office. I know we can discuss this like gentlemen over a nice cup of tea.
Mr. Phillips, please, I can explain.
You see, sir, he just...
Quiet! Jimenez, we have nothing further to say to each other.
Well, Mr. Phillips, at least tell us if he's going to sue.
If he does, you'll know it.
How?
I will attach a note to the lily resting on your chest. That was one lump.
Yes, absolutely right.
Mr. Bartley, I must tell you, it was very kind of you to reconsider.
Oh, not at all, not at all. Naturally, I was a bit upset, you know, at first. However, wiser thoughts prevail. Really, no one can't hold the entire hotel responsible for the misdemeanors of just one of its staff, even though that one does happen to be Mr. Jimenez. Oh, dear. Well, I suppose his behavior is what you would call a bit, shall we say, eccentric?
We shall indeed. He owns the word outright.
No, please don't be too hard on him. You know, we all make mistakes.
Ah, Mr. Bartley, you are a gentleman. It's a great pleasure to have a man of your graciousness and breeding staying with us at the Park Central. I toast you, sir.
And I toast you, sir. Cheers.
Down the hatch.
Incidentally, I usually keep quite a few valuables in my room. I take it this hotel uses usual security precautions, you know, house detective and so on.
Oh, indeed, we do have a house detective, Mr. Glick.
Oh, just the one?
Yes. However, if you're concerned about your valuables, why not keep them in our safe?
Oh, of course, how stupid of me. Naturally, you have a safe. And I tell you what, I bet you I know where it is. It's at the front desk, as in other hotels.
Mr. Bartley, may I proudly point out that the Park Central is not at all like other hotels.
Oh, really?
Yes. As an added safety precaution, we have placed our safe here, away from prying eyes, as it were.
Marvelous, marvelous. You know, you do really make it confoundedly convenient, Phillips.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. And now, sir, is there anything else I can do for you?
Oh, this is overwhelming, such hospitality. You know, I really hate to put you to any further trouble.
No trouble at all, sir. Your wish is my command.
Well, in that case, I command you to open the safe.
What?
If you please.
What on earth?
No, Phillips, don't dilly-dally. Jump to it.
But you see, I can't do it. I don't have the combination.
Ah, a very likely story.
No, but really, sir, it's a new combination, and I don't have it.
Oh, dear, you do make it so difficult for me, Phillips. You know, you really leave me no alternative but to count to 5. And, of course, if you have not opened the safe by then, I shall be compelled to, make a nasty little round hole in your suit.
You wouldn't do that for truth.
Well, oh, yes, I would. And now I am going to count. 1.
But you see, I can't. Well, I don't have the combination. It's out of the question.
5! By George, he hasn't got it.
Boy, Eddie, I really did it this time.
This time?
Sit down, friend. Your goofing inspired me to song. I've written a little something might cheer you up. Now, let's be. I'll tell you the story of Jose the bellman. He's goofed up before, but his best was today. Grabbed a guest by the mustache. The man screamed, I'm suing. And Phillips has vowed to lay Jose away.
Eddie, I think you got a hit on your mouth. Oh, I don't know. Did you see he pulled that guy's mustache? How could I be so stupid?
Practice makes perfect.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go right up to Mr. Phillips' office and apologize and explain.
Sir, I'm grabbing. You don't want to get kicked out on. Stay away from him till he simmers down.
Yes, sir.
Hi, fellas.
Mr. Glick, that's some beautiful outfit.
No, this isn't one of my best, Jose.
Yeah, what are you supposed to be?
An Eskimo.
You're supposed to be an Eskimo with a cape and a hat and a mustache and everything?
Yes, well, you see, I've got a problem with costumes, Jose. On my kind of money, I can't afford to buy furs.
Oh.
You think you got a problem, Mr. Glick? Our little Chihuahua there is really in the doghouse.
Oh, boy, I'll say.
Something happened while I was gone?
No. Normal procedure. Jose's in trouble with Mr. Phillip over a guest.
I've got to go up there while those both people are up there in Mr. Phillips' office and apologize. After all, it was a mistake anybody could make.
Oh, sure.
Well, anybody as stupid as me.
That's better. That's better. Now, you do like I say. Stay away from him until he's in a better mood.
You're right.
Now, wait a minute. I think I can help you, Jose. You've gotten me out of a lot of jams in the past, and it's about time I return the favor. See, I went down to get the new combination of the safe to give it personally to Mr. Phillips. But here, you take it. If you give it to him, maybe he'll be in a good mood.
Oh, that's the sweetest thing I ever heard. But if I do that, then you'll still be in trouble.
Yes, but not as much trouble as you, Jose. After all, Mr. Phillips knows my worth in this hotel. If it came right down to a showdown, where's he going to get another detective like me, right?
Right. Take this and get out of here before he figures out what he just said. No. Out.
Now, from what you've been telling me, it seems that there is no possible way for us to get the combination.
None at all. Why don't you try one of the Hilton hotels?
Now, very, very awkward. Oh, well, that means that there's no need for me to shoot you.
None at all. It would be a waste of a perfectly good bullet.
Very, very funny, I'm sure. Oh, well, one can't win all the time. I suppose I must go on to the next one. However, I must ask you kindly, Phillips, to stay where you are. Just to give me time enough, you know, to get away.
Do take all the time you need.
Mr. Phillips, could I come in?
Oh, crumbs. Who is that?
It's Jimenez, the bellman.
I see. Well, would you mind just going and telling him to go away?
Jimenez, go away. I don't wish to see you.
But, Mr. Phillips, I got the combination to the safe.
You see, we are on a hot streak after all. Well, you just stand there and let the dear boy in. And be careful now. Mind your P's and Q's, Phillips. Don't say anything that will make him suspicious. Remember, I shall be right behind you, and I have still got my nasty little hole shooter. The door, Phillips.
Hi, Mr. Phillips. I thought maybe you'd want this right away.
Yes, well, thank you. Jimenez?
Yes? Something wrong with your thumb, Mr.
No. Jimenez.
You're processing hitchhiking. I couldn't guess what that was. Anyway, I want to apologize for what I did before, pulling that fella's mustache. That was
Yes,
terrible.
we'll forget all about it. Jimenez,
I can't guess that one either.
you're impossible! Jimenez.
You want to shoot me? Oh, I remember that game, but usually I have string when you do it. Forgive me for interrupting.
Jimenez, no, it's quite all right. You didn't interrupt me. Actually, I was held up for the moment.
Oh, I know that game. For goodness. Oh, hi.
Really, oh boy, how obvious can you get?
Yeah, Mister, you didn't have to hide, I wouldn't pull your mustache anymore. No, I just came up to apologize for doing that.
Oh, that's perfectly all right, Jimenez. You're forgiven.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I'd like to shake hands with you.
Oh, you would? Pleasure.
You ninny, didn't you understand? I said it was a hold-up. Why didn't you leave when I told you to go?
Tell me and I'll go now.
No, you don't. Mr. Phillips and I have got a nice little business unfinished. All right, Phillips, with a combination. Open the safe. You have no excuse now. Go on. And you, over. And put those nice little goodies in my case here. Both of you.
You're a terrible person. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I am. My mummy thinks that I'm a florist.
You'll never get away with this, sir.
Crime doesn't pay.
Doesn't it? Really, you know, that is what I should call a terminological inexactitude. In other words, it's absolutely untrue. And as neither of you believe a word I'm saying, I can assure you that I have a 20-room villa in the south of France to prove it. And now, gentlemen, I think that concludes my business. It only remains for me to wish you a very good afternoon and to thank you, Mr. Phillips, in particular, for your most gracious treatment.
Oh, excuse me. I thought something unlawful was going on here. You see, when that safe is open, there always has to be an armed person present. But, well, as long as you've got a gun, I guess you won't. I'm going.
They are born every minute, Mr. Phillips. You know, you really do employ the most obliging help.
Just a minute. I've got a feeling something screwy is going on in here.
That's the robber person.
Uh-huh. Just as I thought, Johnny Crook. Nothing gets past me. I had you spotted right from the go.
How did you know it was him, Mr. Glenn?
Because, Jose, when I went out that door, something clicked in my head. Right away, I knew it was my brain. You see, Mr. Phillips, I'm not a master of disguise for nothing. I can tell a phony disguise a mile away. And this one is so obvious, it's ridiculous. Why, look, his mustache is even on crooked. That thing is really stuck on.
Come in.
Excuse me.
What is it now?
Miss Brocken asked me to put these diamond bracelets in the safe there.
Very well.
And I came along, Mr. Phillips, to make sure there was no foul play while that safe is open.
There will be no foul play, Mr. Glick.
Do you have the combination paper now?
Yes, here it is. But I won't need it anymore. All I needed to do is to take one look at this slip, and these numbers are now firmly embedded in my mind forever.
It may interest you to know, Mr. Phillips, that I took our English friend down to the 37th precinct and had him booked on a 504 and a 607.
The bank manager told me, by the way, there will be 5 to the left and 6 to the right, you know, on account of the 2 columns in the middle.
Mr. Phillips, you'll be happy to know 706 is finally checked out, and the woman at 417 would like this check for $138.42 cash.